One of the most important chess subjects is realization of the advantage. There are two kinds of advantages. One advantage is material advantage, and another kind is positional advantage. Generally speaking, in chess literature, it's not written very well about this important tactical problem. It's not even recommended how to train. One of the big problems of the trainers or of the annotators of the game is, for example, to show the game till to some certain moment and to quit, saying everything is clear, white is winning, black is winning, something like that. But it's far from the truth, because it's always necessary to train technique of winning, even winning position. It's even very famous proverb that the most difficult thing is to win winning positions. And there are a lot of mistakes, not just in the games or in the games of juniors, but in the games of top players, which spoiled a lot of winning positions. But there are very certain reasons, and on this DVD I would like to give practical recommendations how to train realization of the advantage and how to act correctly in such situations when you have some certain advantage, material or positional advantage. Of course, one thing is realization in the end game, another matter is realization of advantage in the middle game. Of course, there are a bit different techniques, but at the end they are very similar. But of course, realization in the middle game is much more complicated because there are much more tactical problems involved in this process. But in most of the cases, it's necessary to apply a lot of prophylactical thinking, a lot of prevention, reducing the opponent's possibilities, the opponent's tactics. One of the great world trainers used to say that technique is very good tactic. It means not just exploitation one tactic to continue one own plan, but to see opponent's tactics and to try to reduce it. So in general, realization is in some way prophylactical process with the reducing of opponent's abilities for resistance. But there are many different problems. So I would like to start to show what are the problems with the realization of advantage in different kinds of the positions. So let's see, for example, some recent game. It was played in Bundesliga. One international master was playing against Vallejo pawns. He was attacking in very aggressive manner. He sacrificed 2 pawns, but obtained fantastic position of all his pieces. Black, of course, is in very difficult situation because king is under attack, and the role of e5 pawn, which supports white different threats, is really huge. So it was played rook d8, knight check, and knight f6. So knight came to the very active position. There are many different threats in this situation because black king is in danger. Black plays queen c3, trying to create some threats, trying to attack knight on d3. Of course, here the best way was very tactical move, knight d7, threatening to take rook on d8. If rook takes d7, rook takes f8. This terrific threat, queen f6 with mate. With the same idea, it was possible to play knight d5, and there are very similar ideas in the position. And white attack is very strong. So it was necessary to continue to increase threats. White decided in this moment to play a move which allowed opponent to create counterplay. White decided to take on c6. White played bishop c6, which is mistake in itself. Now rook d3. White plays knight e4, and white overlooked rook d1. If now white plays rook d1, then of course winning. If now white plays rook d1, then winning is easily queen f3 check. So white is forced to take queen, and after rook d1 check, king h2, knight c6, it appears that black obtained material advantage, plus additionally there are very bad threats on the king side, so white resigned.